And what we're looking at is just this part here, basically, that I'm working. Okay, so we have pressed up our hems. So we've got our main hems here. We've pressed them up. Our hem was at 5 centimetres. We should have notches on either side. So I have gone over to the iron and I've pressed up from my notch to my notch either side. Now we're going to bag out these two little corners here so that they're neatly bagged out, ready to go. Alrighty, so for that factor, what we need to do is on the the top side here, we need to flip it back onto itself on that centre fold, like that. And then literally, it's very similar to the skirt kick pleat. You're going to back tack and stitch in that crease. It's exactly the same as your skirt kick pleat that you've done before in previous samples. Folded back on that folded edge, and then we're literally stitching through that crease line. Absolutely back tack. Make sure you're not catching anything underneath because there's some lining that's creeping underneath there. Right to the end of that kick pleat, back tack back in again. Okay, turn them in the right way. Now, some people would choose to cut that away. I don't, because then you can alter it. I can now, if I don't cut that off, I can now lengthen that skirt, change that skirt. But if I cut that excess off, that means that would limit what I can do with it in future. Okay, so if you know that you're not going to ever alter this skirt, then yeah, for sure, cut out the bulk. But if you want to be able to alter it, leave that bulk in there. Okay, so we just now turned it to the right side. Alrighty. Push everything in and around so it neatly sits really well. So that's that, we've just bagged out the bottom there. We're now going to flip that lining to that side, and then we're going to, see how at the moment this is all loose here? We are going to stitch through all of those layers to attach all of those layers together, not through our main, but just through all of these layers. We need to align them so that they're sitting nice and flat and even. Put a pin through them. Some people might choose to hand stitch through here to hold these layers together. I'm going to machine stitch. I've just put a pin through them to hold them. Pull out that lining so it's separated. I'm literally going to stitch right through the middle of my overlocking, back tack, stitch down the bottom there and back tack at the bottom. Okay, really important that you can see at the moment that there's a little bit of excess in there, not pinned properly. Let's pull that excess right up to the top because we don't want that way. Try putting it that way maybe, Tina, that might work better for you. Okay, beautiful. A bit tricky because there's a bit of a corner in there, so everything's going to buckle up under you. You've just got to make sure that you are all nice and flat. Right through the middle of our overlocking. Make sure everything's out all the way down. This is at the time where you don't want to overrun that edge on that fold, otherwise you'll see that stitch from the right side. It's still attached. Let's unattach it, shall we? Let's have a look at it now. Okay, so there it is, and then you've top stitched through that seam all the way so it's sitting nice and flat. Okay.